we're now gonna engage to the manual mode, and then automatically it starts with first gear. So just simple, you're just gonna release the brakes. What's up, gentlemen and ladies? Welcome back to another episode of Project Gentleman, where we talk about all the good stuff, tips, tricks, life hacks, basically talking about everything that can help us win in life. And today's video is gonna be a response to one of your questions. Of course, we do our best to answer all of your questions. Appreciate the comments. Of course, I value all of you. So this one is a question from Neil Angelo Gonzalez. Shoutout sa'yo. Thank you for supporting the channel. So he was asking, Sir, paano ba gamitin yung manual mode? And because all of you are very important to me, let's do it. So manual mode is a very important feature in a car. It's a very good thing to have, especially when you have chosen an automatic car. And this mode is very convenient. This mode is very useful. As we have talked about in our previous video on our performance review for this Vios, it is in CVT, continuous variable transmission. And based on my observation, like I said, CVTs, they were like, sometimes they are very slow in starting, you know, and sometimes they take time to speed up and gain power, and that is where the manual mode comes in very handy. For example, you're in a hurry, you're in an emergency, or you just basically need to go faster, you know, than normal, which is very unavoidable. So this is the advantage of those cars that have manual mode over those who just have park, reverse, neutral, and drive in their gears. So this concept is very easy to understand when you know how to drive a manual car or a manual transmission. So if you're watching this, I hope that you understand the concept behind downshift and upshift. But if you don't, it's okay, just continue watching. You might get somehow an idea. I'll do my best to make you understand. But just in case, I'm thinking about doing a video as well on how to drive a manual transmission and an automatic transmission. So like, comment, share, and subscribe for that. So for manual transmission, you have to change gears. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sometimes sixth. On the other hand, for the automatic transmission, you just need to put in or engage into drive or D, and then you will start, you know, the car will start moving. You'll just have to step on the gas time to time, you know, according to the speed that you want it to go. And for a car that is in automatic transmission or CVT that has a manual mode, you can do both. When I first got this car, it was my first time driving an automatic car, and I came from a manual transmission driving for years, and I really missed changing gears. I really missed upshift, downshifting, and I really missed the power of driving a manual transmission. So when I was still new in driving this, I was really almost always using the manual mode. But you know, after a couple of weeks, driving in automatic will really grow on you, and as long as you understand how much you're gonna squeeze in or how much you're gonna step on the gas pedal, eventually you will just enjoy just the drive mode or the automatic in driving mode. And by the way, sometimes in cars, manual mode, it differs or it varies. Sometimes they have it here in the gear shift or the, you know, in the gearbox. And sometimes you have it here in the paddles. You have this manual or, you know, paddle shifters here sometimes in other cars. For the one that we have, it's here in the gearbox for the Vios XLE. So having that said, you're here to learn how to use manual mode. So let's get into it. So while you're gonna start, of course, assuming that you're in neutral gear, you're gonna shift or you're gonna transfer your gear into drive mode, and then you're gonna turn it here at the side where it says M or manual mode. There's like a plus minus for the upshift and downshift. So while we're here at the drive mode, we're now gonna engage to the manual mode, and then automatically it starts with first gear. So just simple, you're just gonna release the brakes. Of course, while doing all of this at the beginning, you need to always apply the brakes first, okay? So now we're going in the first gear, and then there's a particular sound that you're gonna listen to in your engine, and that's the sign that you can shift into the second gear. You're gonna listen to that sound, then you can go shift to third gear, and then wait a little bit again, and then wait a couple of seconds for a particular RPM, and then boom, you're gonna shift to the fourth. This one has up to 7. I'm not sure if we can use up to 7 here because our roads are limited, but I'm gonna try. So right now we're at the fourth, and then boom, you can go to fifth gear. We're approaching a stoplight, that's why we're gonna have to slow down a little bit. So having this mode on, you'll have really a little bit more power, or like torquiness. So as you're approaching to a stop or a full stop or a traffic light, the car automatically downshifts, or the gear, it goes down automatically while you're engaged in the manual mode, when your shift stick is at the manual mode. So you're gonna be using the downshift when you're at the highway, you're at the speed. For example, you have reached the fourth or the fifth gear, and then you're just cruising, right? And then when you approach another car while on the highway, and then the distance gets closer, you need to decelerate, or you need to slow down. That is when you're gonna use your downshift to have more power, to gain more speed. And it's also useful for like overtaking, or just basically going for needing more power. So first thing you'll do, you're gonna step on the brakes, and then engage the drive, and then go to manual mode. You're gonna listen to the sound of the engine, and then boom, shift, upshift, second gear. And then you're gonna step on the gas again. By the way, between changing gears, you need to release the gas pedal, okay? So you listen to the sound of the engine, it gets a little bit cranky, you upshift. I don't know what cranky means, but that sound when it gets really noisy. And then you hear that sound again, listen to it, and boom, upshift, or to the plus. And then because we have a little bit of a good road here, highway, can go to the fifth gear. We'll do our best to get to the seventh gear because this is up to 7. Normally fifth gear is really good, fifth gear will do most of the cases. That's why manual transmission usually has 5 gears. Don't need the extra 2 gears. Then we're now at the 6th. Really do the 7th gear. It's really difficult for most daily use. Yeah, like I said, it's really difficult sometimes to reach the higher gears because, like I said, 5th gear usually is enough. That's really useful for at really high speeds where you're going to somewhere, like going to the province. But for most city use or daily use, you won't really need all 7 gears. Because manual mode is usually used for like having more power. So it's usually used for like you want to go ahead with someone. there, we have reached the final form, or the final stage. 7, the number of completion, mostly used in the Bible for perfection. Always remember when using the manual mode, if you've noticed that eco sign or eco light that pops up in your panel or in your instrument panel, when you're gonna use the manual mode, it turns off. So what it means is that when you use the manual mode, always remember you're gonna be using a lot more of your fuel, okay? Because like I said, we're gonna get more power by using it. So the result also will be, you're gonna consume a lot of your gas. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you learned something. I hope this video helped you. If it did, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow our other social media platforms. Another video that I know that can really help you as well is this one right here. So click it. This has been Ronnie from Project Gentleman, reminding you that whatever situation you're in your life right now, we'll get there. See you in the next video. Come on.